This podcast is sponsored by nobody. Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. 8 fucking years I've been saying that. 8 fucking years. I, Tommy Throwback Kovac, have been saying that for 8 years. Now today I will be welcoming back my longtime stand-up comedian friend, Candy Shaw. God, I've known her 18 years already. And we are going to nerd out on the entertainment of our youth, talk about film, television, and music from childhood. And she grew up in the 80s and the 90s, so it's going to be a great common ground conversation because I did as well, and get to promote upcoming comedy shows for her. I just fucking adore her and love her, and it's going to be great to have her back on 2 years later. Also, happy birthday, my lifelong buddy, Danny Allen, who was my 200th guest. And we had a major falling out earlier this year for reasons he never told me. I, I just got a fucked up text from him and didn't realize it was him until later. Not even his dad will get back to me. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it sounds pretty bad. Nevertheless, happy birthday, Danny. Unblock me, man. Give me closure. I've known you way too fucking long. Also, happy birthday, Robert Redford, one of the great actors. Barefoot in the Park, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Jeremiah Johnson, The Way We Were, The Sting, The Great Gatsby, The Natural. It goes on and on. Also, rest in peace, legendary LA restaurant mogul Dan Tana. Man, his restaurant was fucking legendary. So many people had meetings there. So many people got discovered there. I've had so many conversations with people, and his name has popped up, on occasion. I mean, he is legendary. He represents the end of an era. God, it's sad. It's sad. Also, rest in peace, Terrence Stamp, the legendary British actor. Man, I loved him as the Psycho in The Collector. It's such an underrated psychological thriller from 1965. Yes, everybody knows him as General Zod in Superman 1 and 2, but he was also Billy Budd. He was the cowboy in Blue. He co-starred with birthday boy Robert Redford in Legal Eagles. I heard Stamp later regretted not playing James Bond, and I think he could have played a really good one. So yeah, here is my new interview with Candy Shaw.
Hey Tommy, how are you?
Hey Candy, I am fantastic. How are you?
Good. I forgot. I mean, I knew you were calling me Messenger, but it was like it wasn't ringing, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's vibrating. It's vibrating from across the room. So, okay, I'll catch my breath.
Yes. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Even though the world is getting fucking crazier, can't complain.
Oh my God, I know. I know. I don't know what to say.
Well, let's talk about happier things. So,
Yes. Anyway, yes.
going back in time, do you remember the first movie that impacted you as a child?
Oh my God. You know what? I think I'd have to say Grease.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing Grease, like we rented it because it was already, I was too young to see it in the theater, but I remember renting it and like
Yeah.
I said to my mom, I'm like, Mommy, can I watch it again? She's like, okay, rewound it, watched it, immediately watched it again. And I had done a play in first grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was like writing my own little play
Right.
just for fun. And of course, it was basically I was writing Grease, but like I changed all the characters' names.
I know that's where we start. We start copying things,
Hmm.
when we do that. Yeah, I mean, my mom was obsessed with Grease. She's always loved John Travolta. She's always wanted to be his wife, and they're like 3 days. They're
Yes.
3 days apart in age. He's February 18th. She's February 21st, 1954.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my one of my male celebrity crushes for like forever, and then the Scientology thing kind of turned me off, and now I just, just try to ignore that,
Yeah. I mean, I think Scientology is evil, but like if I find out someone I love is a Scientologist, I don't mind as long as they're not hurting people, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I remember watching him and Kirstie Alley. No idea what year this was, but it was a long, long time ago. And I think this is when people, like, it was first, at least to me, it was becoming like common knowledge that it was culty and dangerous,
Yeah.
allegedly. Like, I don't want them coming after me.
Yeah.
Um, and they were on a talk show together. Maybe it was something like 2020 or something. I don't even know.
Hmm.
But it was so disappointing, like how just brainwashed they seemed. And I was just like, oh, used to love them.
Yeah.
And like, it just kind of made me lose respect for them. But, now there's so many great actors who are Scientologists. And I just, just try to separate the actor from the cult.
I know that there were a lot of actors who turned me down in the beginning, and I found out later that they were all Scientologists. And a lot of them said yes to me later because they found out that I had interviewed their previous friends that were also Scientologists, and I wasn't trying to sandbag them. You know, that was just a big fear that they had.
Oh, okay. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's interesting, yeah. Back to the Future was the first movie that impacted me. My parents used to let me look at their yearbooks, and I always had that fantasy of going back in time and seeing them in high school and finding out why they're so fucked up and why I'm so fucked up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah, Back to the Future was on a heavy rotation in my house because
Mine too.
we didn't have cable, so um we would, just watch certain movies over and over again on VHS, and yeah, Back to the Future was one of them.
Yeah. What movie genre did you gravitate toward the most?
Probably comedies,
Hmm.
I would say. Yeah, I'd say comedy. Maybe a little, I guess a little action. Let's see, the first two Indiana Jones movies were in heavy rotation. Karate Kid, Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
Yep.
um, Rocky 2, 3, and 4 specifically.
Yeah.
The original Rocky was a little too slow for me as a kid. I appreciate it so much more as an adult now.
Yeah.
Um,
Rocky 5 is depressing.
yeah, and I learned the original script actually had Rocky dying in it, and if you watch it knowing that, you're like, "Oh, okay, this makes a little more sense."
Yeah.
um, so I am friends with this guy Mike Kunda, who is the like premier Rocky impersonator.
Hmm.
And I went to Philadelphia, took his tour and everything, and I mean, he knows like everything. I think he knows more than Sylvester Stallone knows about Rocky. So he had all this great information, and I guess yes, Stallone was going to have Rocky die in that one, and then I guess the powers that be were just like, you can't kill Santa Claus and you can't kill Rocky. We got to rewrite this. And it took me a long time to realize. I think another reason why Rocky 5 was not that great is there's
Hmm.
no training montage in it. And
Yeah.
for me, like, it's all about the Rocky training montage. So that was a sad omission.
I have no idea why there's no training homage or montage. I mean, but yeah, you know when he runs to City Hall in the first one, that guy sitting on the step there was Lloyd Kaufman, who started the Trauma, horror company, and they did Toxic Avenger and
Oh,
stuff, and Class of Nukem High. Yeah, it's crazy.
okay.
It's crazy when he was
Very
when
cool.
he was trying to get Troba started. I mean, he went to NYU. He knew everybody. Him and Oliver Stone were buddies. He knew Scorsese. He knew everybody.
Wow. Okay, that's a cool little bit there, bit of information.
Yeah. Did you like horror films? Because I see your Halloween costumes each year. You are committed.
So I had like this weird fascination. I couldn't handle watching violent movies because I like put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
When we saw Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid, the part where he rips the guy's heart out,
Yep.
I started crying, and my dad had to like take me outside and like comfort me and calm me down.
Yeah.
So I really couldn't handle them. I remember being like way too little and watching Halloween. And I just remember like asking my parents what was going on. And it wasn't in the theater. We were watching it like on cable, on
Mm-hmm.
TV, when we did have cable before we moved to the country. And I just remember my mom was like, "Oh, he's cutting their heads off." And I just remember thinking like I wasn't scared at all. I just was fascinated. But yeah, I couldn't handle horror movies, but I loved going to the movie rental store and
Mm-hmm.
I'd look at the covers and I loved going to the horror section and just seeing like the shot of something gory and violent. Like I would like look at that and that was all I could handle.
Me too. I mean,
Yeah.
the box covers. I have a huge VHS collection that I've been collecting throughout my life, and it's just yeah, I've always had that fantasy of wanting to have my own video store, and I have one in my own bedroom, which is perfect, you know. And yeah, I think as kids we're attracted to the box covers. We're like, oh God, that has to be really really good, and even if it's not, there's something magical about the box covers.
Yes. I think the first, let's see, to the best of my knowledge, I would say the first actual like horror, like slasher kind of film I watched was the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And again, it was cool. I had my aunt lived in the big city, so she had cable, and she would like tape things for me. So Nightmare on Elm Street, the first and the second, they were in heavy rotation as well. My mom wasn't crazy about us watching it. She's like, I think this is a little too intense, but um, it's funny. My younger brother, like he wasn't phased. He could watch anything.
Hmm.
But me, like I was squeamish, I might like leave the room or cover my eyes or something.
Yeah.
But I kind of got over it, I think.
When I was a kid, horror didn't scare me much. There were scary scenes in mainstream movies that scared me more. Like I was never scared of Friday the 13th. A little bit of Freddy Krueger, not too much, but like I was afraid of the clowns in Pee Wee's Big Adventure and like God, some stuff in the first Gremlins movie and stuff like that. But I was never scared of like horror stuff per se. It's a weird thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then later on, you know what it was? The Scream movies like brought back horror
Mm-hmm.
remember the late 90s. And I
Yep.
remember I think I saw Scream in the theater and it was just fun and I liked how they made fun of it and
Yeah.
um that got me. I was on a real horror kick like in I'd say the late 90s and I was seeing, everything that came out and then eventually like my favorite's the Halloween franchise. No matter how bad they get, I'll still watch them.
There were horror parody comedy movies in the early 80s, and they all failed because
Yeah.
audiences were not ready yet to see horror being made fun of like Scream did. There was Student Bodies, there was Saturday the 14th, which I love. There was what was it, the last horror film with Caroline Munro and Joe Spinell, about a year or two after they made the slasher movie Maniac, and there was stuff like that, but like yeah, nobody was really ready for it until Scream, and Scream is I hate to say it, it's a Harvey Weinstein produced movie.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
being from Pennsylvania, you're probably aware of how big George Romero was.
Oh, I didn't know there was any sort of Pennsylvania connection.
Oh, all his movies are in the early years were shot in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. See, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he worked for Mister Rogers before his movie career took off.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, and so many of his actors in Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, so many of them start out working for Mister Rogers too. It's like all the ones who didn't stay with Mister Rogers, it's like he put them all in those movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
Oh
I
man.
got to interview Mr. McFeely a few years ago, and he was stunned that I actually knew this because so many interviewers he talks to don't know that. I was like, oh yeah, and I know all the guys too that he knows, you know. And Michael Keaton started out working for Mister Rogers. We talked about that. He was shocked I knew about that too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, when Michael Keaton was on WTF with Mark Maron years ago, he went into an in-depth story about working for Mister Rogers, you know, and how much he loved him and stuff. So that's how I knew that.
Oh man. Okay, that's cool. One of my goals in life when I started, really kind of pursuing acting in my 20s, I was just like, I just want to be in a horror movie. Like I don't care what it is.
Hmm.
And I was in probably one of the worst ones ever made called Serial Killer Bob. And
Sounds like it.
Bob Bob comes home from work to find his wife cheating on him, and he like becomes a serial killer, takes
Hmm.
it out on everybody, and I get to play the wife.
Wow.
I should put a clip on that. So here's the deal.
Hmm.
As far as I know, you can't find that movie anywhere,
Hmm.
but I have a DVD. I just have to like get a computer where I can. I think I definitely have a PC where I can do that, but I just need to like upload the clip
Yeah.
and yeah, we can all see how bad it was, but yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I was born in 83. My brother was born in 73. And when we first got HBO in 84, he recorded everything off HBO. I mean, we had
Oh,
all the teen sex comedy movies, Revenge of the Nerds, Animal House, Porky's, Police Academy, and then
yeah.
we had he loved sword and sorcery epics, so we had Labyrinth and Highlander and Neverending Story and so many, you know. Yeah, HBO was magic then. I feel bad for anybody who didn't have it. I've met a lot of people who didn't have HBO in the 80s. It was so much better then because they would
Yeah.
show music videos between movies and like short animated films. It's called HBO Short Take, and it's funny. I look up a lot of these animated shorts that were on there, and it's so many of them are not even mentioned on IMDb. It's kind of sad because they're lost gems. And then the ones that are, most of the animators were Canadian, you know, and this was the only way they could get their work shown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember Kidco?
No, what was Kidco?
Kidco is a movie. It's based on a true story that happened in the 70s. This boy and his sisters who lived on a farm, they started an illegal fertilizer selling company, not knowing it was illegal. They didn't have a license to sell it, and they became millionaires overnight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this movie,
It's funny.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
this movie was on HBO over and over again when I was a kid. I loved it. I still love it. I have it on VHS.
It's funny. As you're naming all these movies, I'm like, I'm looking forward to like listening to this, and I'm gonna have to add all these to my ever growing list of movies to watch that I haven't seen.
Yep, I do that. I'll tell you. Yeah, for like for comedy movies, were you into like Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder and all that?
No, you know what? I think well, my parents were, but I just wasn't really exposed to it. It wasn't really on my radar that much. Again, so instead of HBO, we had, and this is really lame, because where I lived was in the boonies.
Hmm.
We didn't even get, like, I'm from Scranton. We didn't even get Scranton channels. We got the local stations from Binghamton, New York,
Wow.
which is weird because I guess the signal would kind of like bounce off the mountain or whatever. Like put it this way, we'd go outside. One of us would have to go outside to like turn the aerial to make the TV come in clearer, and then one of us would watch TV and scream clear. It was clear. So, um, yeah. So I feel like I definitely missed out on a lot of good cable years, especially MTV. Which, by the way,
Oh,
my aunt would like tape hours and hours of MTV for me, and I would like have those tapes playing all the time.
yeah. Yeah, my mom worked for the cable company, so I was lucky. I got to have everything as far
Oh,
as channels go. I didn't have the movie channel. That was the only channel we never got because it was always expensive. It's like they wanted
yeah.
only rich people to watch that channel.
Right. It's funny.
You know,
Um,
did you
yeah, I
did you
oh,
let
oh go ahead.
oh sorry. Yeah, but like I mean, all the Saturday Night Live guys were big when we were kids. Chevy Chase and Belushi and Aykroyd and Bill Murray and then the Second City guys, Candy, Levy, and Short. You
Yes.
know, I mean, they were making movies. I mean, it's funny how they were making movies and they were being part of this new wave of comedy, and like by the '90s, it was over. You know, it's weird how that happened.
Yeah. Oh, you just reminded me. Ghostbusters and Armed and Dangerous were also in heavy
Uh,
rotation at my house.
yes. We watched Armed
Big
and
time.
Dangerous a lot and
Oh
Ghostbusters.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then and also that reminds me, my favorite Christmas movie, Scrooged,
Oh,
of
mine
course.
too.
Bill Murray, and I got to open for Bobcat one time back in
Yeah,
I think it was 2012, and that was exciting. I'm like, you were in my favorite Christmas movie ever, just so you know. It
yeah.
was so nice. Yeah. My brother was more into the Police Academy movies. I didn't watch those much.
I did, like I said, Bobcat was my hero. Like him and Kinnison, even though they hated each other, I fucking loved
Yeah.
both of them because they were these edgy, screaming rock and roll comedians, and it was just like something that had never been done before up to that point, and it was just so fucking cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I can remember watching Bobcat's first special. Remember it was my mom's birthday that night, and she went out drinking with her friend. It's the first time I ever saw my mom drunk ever, and she had to pass out on the bed, and like my dad wouldn't let me go in there and stuff. I remember that night.
Oh,
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
oh, that's fun.
But Scrooged, yeah, I love Scrooged. Did you watch the Charlie Brown movies?
Yes, yes. Charlie Brown, Frosty, Rudolph. I actually have a DVD set because I wanted to make sure my grandchildren were watched the classics. So
Yeah.
got let's see who else is on here. Frosty, Rudolph, the little drummer boy. I liked the one too. What was it? The Nightmare or not the Nightmare, The Night Before Christmas. That was an animated one. It was really good. Yeah, it was so fun. Charlie
Yeah.
Brown Christmas, such a classic.
But my favorite one turns 45 this year. Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, and Don't Come Back.
I don't remember that. Oh, see, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, they steal a car and go on a road trip, and they Charlie they go to this Italian bakery, and Charlie gets this gigantic loaf of French bread, and he has to get a couple of them because he keeps getting them caught in the door and then destroying them. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
And then Snoopy and Woodstock are on an airplane, and the waitress keeps coming over to him and say, "Can I get you something else, sir?" I
That's
love it.
awesome.
Yeah, you should see that one. It's really cute. It really is.
Those older cartoons were so much smarter, I think, than the ones like today.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I- I'm
back
sure everybody feels that way.
yeah, because back then, just anything went. Nobody really knew what was appropriate or inappropriate back then.
Hmm.
Now it seems like everybody knows what's inappropriate and what's not.
Oh yeah.
Nuts. Did you have any movie crushes besides Travolta?
Um, Yeah, besides Travolta, I was very big into Michael J. Fox,
Hmm.
and he was the big one.
He was a
But
he was
I mean, he was on TV too.
he was a hero of
Family
mine.
Ties.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was a
and
big
then
hero.
um, and yeah, there was Kirk Cameron, Ricky Schroeder.
Oh God.
I think that they're probably, yeah, both MAGA now, whatever. So
Yep. I lost respect for Kirk Cameron when he got Jules McCullough fired from Growing Pains because she had been in Playboy and he was a religious nut, and
Oh,
he just completely ruined her career. And she was fabulous on that show. She, for a woman who's hot and gorgeous, I mean, she was a pretty good actress.
yeah.
The way
Oh my God.
she downplayed her southern accent very well on that show.
Oh, so did you know? I actually heard this recently.
Hmm.
Um, Candace Cameron,
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I forget her married last name, but she
Burr, yeah.
she had said she doesn't allow people to watch scary movies in her house because she believes it opens a portal to demons coming into your house.
Oh Jesus.
Something like that. I might have it like a couple words wrong, but that is literally the gist of it. It was an actual. I heard actual recording of her saying it. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
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 So I let my friend. I don't know if you know Nina G. She's the Bay Area's only female stuttering comedian.
I don't
I
know her.
told her
Yeah.
that she has her comedy special was on Amazon and now it's on YouTube, and I told her that I watched it and it opened a portal to demons coming into my house.
Ah.
So everybody be careful.
Yeah, for me, Cary Grant was a big one for me. Like, my mom had this paperback book with these beautiful black and white pictures of him, and I
Oh.
always loved his movies. Natalie Wood was another. It's funny, my dad got his first hard on when he was 8 seeing Natalie Wood. He went to go see The Great Race when he was 8, and yeah, boing, and it got passed on down to me, but it wasn't The Great Race that made me hard. It was seeing her and just, God, it's just about anything, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, and every 80s movie actress I've interviewed and met, I had a crush on, but it's funny now, the crushes aren't really there anymore, because now they're like my aunt, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like when I see them naked on screen 40 years ago, it's just not the same anymore. It's
Well, it's funny. Well, okay, so like back then, I hated Johnny Lawrence in Karate Kid,
Yep.
but now I'm like now as an older man, I'm like I think he's hot on Cobra Kai. I'm like okay, I kind of I like the direction he's going in age wise.
I remember about, I don't know, 12 years ago, I want to say, some guy made a video where he pretty much dissected the plot of The Karate Kid and said that Johnny was the victim and Daniel was the bully.
Right, right.
And it made sense. It really made sense.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, I mean, Daniel does become kind of a jerk, halfway through the movie and stuff. And yeah, you could look at it from either side. I mean, that's really fascinating. I wonder if the writers did that by design. Who knows?
Right. Because villains don't know they're villains for the most
Of
part, right?
course. Of course. Yeah. Um, were there any movie characters you could relate to the most?
I mean, going back to Greece, like I always wanted to play Rizzo. I thought
Hmm.
she was fun. I mean, believe it, like I was probably 8 first time I saw Grease, so I wasn't doing Rizzo like things, but I just liked her. I liked the bad girl. I
Hmm.
wanted to be like this wasn't movies, but the old Batman show. Batgirl was so cool.
Oh,
She rode
yeah.
the motorcycle and she had the sexy outfit, and
Love it.
and then there was Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Wonder Woman, of course, because I had dark hair and like it seems like all the Disney princesses, and there was Supergirl. Everybody was blonde, so it was nice to have another brunette to look up to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, Peter Sellers and being there was one for me because I could say the most simple things and influence people like he did in that movie, being that his character was autistic, and
ah,
James Spader in Sex Lies and Videotape because he's a voyeur, I'm a voyeur, so you know, those are the two big ones for me.
yeah, and also back to Nightmare on Elm Street. Like I love Nancy. Like I wanted to be like that. The final girl in the horror movie. Like you wanted to be smart and come out alive at the end, like Nancy. And
Oh yeah.
it's just so 80s, and just so she would just seem so cool. Like she was just a regular kind of girl.
Oh,
So Nancy was cool.
I gotta tell you, when I first started this podcast, it was horror focused only. And
Oh, okay.
one of the reasons why I shifted away from horror after a while, right? The online horror fans are like in a cult of themselves. It's really weird. Like they get so fucking mad when when you write in these like Facebook horror groups. When you write something to the contrary of something, they get really mad and creepy and stuff. Especially if you're writing about Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. It's weird. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
they go to these conventions and they meet the stars, right? And they are so convinced that these stars like them and are their friends. And believe me, I was like that at first, and then I started seeing things, differently really quick. Now, I've been lucky. I've become friends with a lot of horror stars that I've met and interviewed and stuff, but there's a great majority of them who they see conventions as another acting job, and so
Right.
it's hard to get these. It's hard to snap these people into reality. So that's one of the reasons why I shifted away from horror after a while because they're in a fucking cult.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
That's funny. Oh, what's your do you have a favorite horror franchise?
Without a doubt, it's Jason Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
I love the first one because his mother is the killer, Betsy Palmer, and I just love the pre Jason mania of the hockey mask because it was just I just thought it was a great thriller, great slasher, and it had great actors. Kevin Bacon was in that movie right after Animal House. He was in Friday the
Right.
13th, and I just love I just love that movie. There's something about it. And I remember Roger Ebert said in his review, Friday the 13th is a Halloween ripoff, but the best one. And I agree with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a fair assessment, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something about the Halloween movies where it just yeah, that Michael Myers just scared the shit out of me. And I literally like I would have nightmares about it, and I just watched them so much I finally, got desensitized. But
I like
yeah,
the
that's my favorite.
I like the Michael Myers ones, but I don't know. Jason is just my guy. He always has been. It's like I romanticized being eight again when I discovered those movies, and I had a crush on Adrienne King. She was the Burger King girl in the late '70s.
Oh, okay.
And I've had her
That's
on
awesome.
here. I've had her on here twice and stuff. She owns a vineyard in Oregon,
Oh, okay.
the Crystal Lake winery or whatever it's called. Named after Friday the 13th and stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't want to be associated with that series for 20 years because she had a stalker, and then she got convinced to come to a convention for the 20th anniversary back in 2000, and then she does them every year since.
Yeah. Oh. So I'm sure you probably already know. I don't know if it's out yet, but I guess there's going to be a prequel to Friday the 13th, like a series where
Uh,
oh, what's her name? Linda something plays Jason's mom.
hmm. Ooh,
Oh shit.
Linda Cardellini.
Thank you. Thank
It was
you. I
just
was going to say Linda Fiorentino, which I know is not
yeah.
right, but it was like on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, Cardellini. Cardellini.
I would love to see
Yes.
Linda Fiorentino play Jason's mom, but yeah, Cardellini. She's from Redwood City. I know that. And just out of instinct, I was like Linda Cardellini.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure where that's going to be. I want to say it's Peacock, but I'm not 100% sure.
That I did not hear that because it's funny. I know the guy who wrote the first one. He went into a legal battle with the director and producer of the series, Sean Cunningham. They battled it out for a long time over the fact that Victor Miller, who wrote it, he didn't get residuals for a lot of years, and now Victor has the series and he's like sitting on it. He doesn't want any more like sequels being made or anything. But maybe he came to his senses with this one. Who knows?
Hmm.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to look it up again too, just to remember exactly what I'm talking about here. I feel like it's not out yet, whatever it is. Yeah.
Did you go to the drive-in growing up?
Yes. Um, and it's funny. So the Circle Drive-In in Dixon City.
Mm-hmm.
If you're huge fans of The Office, it was mentioned on The Office. There
Uh-huh.
was a flea market there on Sundays. So the Circle Drive-In flea market on Sundays was a thing. I remember I went as a little kid. I remember we saw it was probably the first Police Academy movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then a Dirty Harry movie. It was like a double feature,
Oh,
maybe Double Impact or something. But that was fun as like a little kid to go to the drive-in. That was awesome.
my dad saw Dirty Harry in the theater when he was 14. Him and his best friend at the time, Carlos Cadona, who was in the Dead Kennedys later, they snuck into the theater to see Dirty Harry and Fritz the Cat.
Oh, okay. I've heard about Fritz the Cat. Never seen it, but yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, a hilariously dirty cartoon from Ralph
Yeah.
Bakshi. Um, yeah, I mean, they were taking me when I was 2 years old to the drive-in. I saw Weird Science and Rambo 2 the first night.
Oh,
Yeah, you always remember your destiny, and you don't know it's your destiny until hindsight.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
awesome.
that really set the precedent for me and stuff. Yeah, I mean, my dad would go to the drive-in in the '70s, the Burlingame Drive-in, and see like the Groove Tube and Animal House and Rocky, and he didn't see them until the third time he went because he was getting laid the first two times. Because that
That's funny.
happened back then
Yeah,
in the '70s.
yeah.
Yeah. So getting into television, I mean, even with the limited amount of cable you had to watch sitcoms.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, raised on sitcoms. Um, yeah, I feel like most like Gen X folks are raised by the TV. So there was, different strokes, facts of life. I say have to say my favorite of all time is the Golden Girls because
Uh-huh.
I still catch the reruns. Oh, Three's Company, of course, that's like
Oh,
quintessential.
the best.
Three's Company, and it was funny too because this Binghamton stations, they were playing a lot of Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie,
Hmm.
which were already old. That was from the 60s, but they were playing them in the 80s. And then there was also a resurgence of the Monkees. The Monkees were that was fun too.
A
But
huge
what
Monkeys
else was there?
fan. I had a huge crush on Davy.
Oh yeah, Davy was my favorite.
Yeah.
Davy and oh God, I'm blanking. I remember there was a show I loved with the twins, Double Trouble.
Oh yeah, with the Seagal twins. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I didn't know till years later they were Katie Seagal's younger sisters.
I know that freaked me out. I was like, wow, she has two twin sisters. I remember one of them was in Howard the Duck in that band that Leah Thompson has.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
don't remember that. That was good because I also had a fascination with twins. I had some friends who were twins, and that was just so cool. Like if you're a little kid and it's the 80s and twins are cool, like that was a really great one. Give Me a Break,
Oh, huge Give Me a
Family
Break fan.
Ties. Yeah.
Can, can you guess which one I had a crush on Give Me a Break?
Should we go with Joe, maybe?
The sister, the younger sister who's the tomboy.
Who's the younger sister
That
of?
was Laura Jill Miller. Yeah, because Kari Michelson was the oldest. She's the blonde. The one with the glasses was Laurie Handler, and then the tomboy was Laura Jill Miller, and she was the one I had a crush on.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You said this is Give Me a Break, right?
Yeah, give me a break.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Like I said, Give Me a Break. I was totally thinking Facts of Life, and I'm like getting so confused. Okay. All right. I got my shit together now. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Belvedere was another one I loved.
Mm, okay. Didn't get too much into that one. But yeah, thinking about all right, ABC sitcoms, of course, Growing Pains.
Yep.
And then the spin-off I loved even more, just the 10 of us, because of course Nancy, Heather Langenkamp was in that one, so that was fun.
And two other girls from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Brooke Thies, Debbie the Cockroach in part four, and
Oh,
Joanne Willett, who was one of the girls on the bus at the beginning of part two, when Jesse has the dream that the bus is going down.
oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, three girls from the Freddy franchise are in just the 10 of us. It's really weird, and I've met them all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't stand Bill Kirkenbauer though. I had a huge falling out with him on Facebook last year, and everybody saw it. I
Oh no.
was trying to get him to come on the podcast and stuff. And like since then, every time his name comes up, everyone tells me what an ass he is. So I totally got it. Did you watch by chance Fantasy Island?
Yeah, you know what? I really don't remember it though. I think I was pretty little when we were watching that.
Oh my God! Since the year began, I have seen reruns, and I gotta tell you,
Hmm.
it is creepy. It's like when I watch it, I feel like I'm watching a Plain Sight 101 class on how to groom vulnerable actors in Hollywood.
Oh, that's funny.
Because because in every episode at the beginning, he's got these new people who are on contract to be a part of Fantasy Island, and he's like teaching them the ropes by putting them in a room and telling them what their fantasy is going to entail and what they have to do and stuff. And it's like watching producers and agents that tell young actors you got to do this or that, otherwise you're not going to be famous.
Yeah. Oh,
It's really weird.
interesting.
Yeah, I never liked the Cosby Show.
I admit I did. I was
Really?
actually gonna, yeah, I was gonna bring the Cosby Show up. You know, obviously I'm not a fan of Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Um, but I did, so where I'm from, very, very, very white. Black people basically only existed on TV.
Yeah.
And even though like I couldn't articulate it as a kid, I did notice that they weren't always portrayed in the best light.
Hmm.
So I did appreciate, I remember liking the fact that he was a doctor and she was a lawyer. Like I liked that because I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm seeing black people who aren't, being adopted by some rich white guy and he's, the hero and or they're not just, acting goofy or so I appreciated that. But yeah, I just God, I would never I just could not stand the reruns. I can't take Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Oh, there was a creepy episode where the son and the daughter are fighting throughout it, and at the end of the episode, Cosby says that he put a magic potion in the barbecue sauce of the barbecue food that they're eating, so they would stop fighting. I was like, yeah, that's like rape in hindsight. It's creepy.
Right.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's all clipped on YouTube, and it's gone viral.
Oh my God. Yeah, not surprised.
I was a huge Laverne and Shirley fan.
Oh yeah. And yeah, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy.
Yep. Taxi.
Yes, yes. I was, yeah, big. Oh, it was such a great time for sitcoms. They were so, and maybe just because I was a little kid, like I liked them more. Like I can't stand most sitcoms
Hmm.
nowadays.
Yeah, me too.
The anything with the laugh track, I'm just kind of like, ugh, rolling my eyes, like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore was great. MASH.
Yeah. Too close for comfort.
Oh God, I've had Lydia Cornell on here a couple times. She's great.
Yeah.
It was a magic time. Yeah. Did you watch Primetime Soaps?
So Dallas, my mom watched it from like day one
Hmm.
and wasn't appropriate, but yep, I watched every episode with her.
Oh God, so
Yeah.
me and my mom, we'd watch Dynasty, and we'd be in bed together, and my dad would be sleeping in the same bed, and he would be woken up by the theme. And it was so hilarious, He'd just be there snoring, and then suddenly,
Yeah.
it was so funny.
That's funny.
We still bring it up to this day. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. Friday night was the best. Dallas and then Falcon Crest was on after.
Well, it's funny.
And then I go to bed.
A lot of the actors on Dallas can't get work now, and it's not just because they're so identified with that show, but a lot of them are MAGA.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, some of them, not
Um,
not all of them. Yeah,
I remember, so I think they say, you're not supposed to let little kids watch TV when they're really, really young because they don't understand that it's not real.
yeah,
And I swear, I remember like when JR was shot, I remember thinking that they really shot the actor.
yeah,
And I thought, I hope they paid him extra to get shot.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
I
it was,
yeah,
it took me a couple years to figure that one out.
I interviewed the woman who wrote that episode who shot Jr. Um, she had played Cliff Robertson's secretary in the Brian De Palma movie Obsession um, in '76, and then she went into writing because she married a TV writer, and she wrote that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that a woman wrote Who Shot Jr. And
Oh,
Charlene Tilton, I interviewed her. She hosted Saturday Night Live after that episode aired. And Charles
mhm.
Rocket got fired because as she's saying goodbye at the end, he comes up to her and says, "Who the fuck shot JR?" And he got fired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's funny.
He was the first cast member to be fired from Saturday Night Live, which is amazing. Did you love Saturday Night Live growing up?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember the first episode I ever saw, and this was kind of late too. I was 12, and I don't know if I guess I was surfing our four channels, and it was Dana Carvey as the church lady,
Yep.
and he was messing with Willie Nelson. And my dad he was sleeping on the couch and I was laughing and I guess I woke him up and I just remember we were watching it together and we were laughing and it was just like it was hilarious. It just kind of blew my mind because I was such a sitcom girl. So to see this sketch, I was like, it was funny, but to me, I just thought like, oh, this is a better kind of funny. Like it was, you know what like I just thought it was smarter. It literally made me laugh out loud and I was just such a Dana Carvey fan from then on out.
Hmm.
And I would record SNL and literally watch it almost every day, like the whole week. So there's this whole chunk from the 80s where I know it way too well.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I actually met Dana Carvey at the Throckmorton, and I was like,
Hmm.
I was a little embarrassed, but I just I started crying. I could not hold back. I was like, you have no idea what a part of my childhood you were.
His dad was my dad's business teacher in high school.
Ah, okay, okay,
Yeah, my dad describes him as a man with no sense of humor. Dana
yeah,
describes his father as almost Trumpian, like he was like borderline sociopath.
yeah. It sounds like he was pretty abusive, from what
Yeah.
from what I gathered from stuff he said. I don't remember if he said he hit him or he was yelling at him. Again, like I don't want to misquote him, but
Hmm.
sounded like not the happiest situation.
Oh, definitely. How about Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh my God, yeah. I had the Smurfs come to my mind first. They weren't even my favorite. Who? Oh God, what was? All right, we got to start naming. There was Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Oh God, yeah. There was that. There was Mr.
That
T's
was
cartoon. Um,
fun.
Alvin and the
Ooh, I
Chipmunks.
don't know. Yes, love that. And even just the classic Looney Tunes, they play those.
Oh yeah. Do you remember Kid Video?
Kid Video.
Yeah, it was about a teenage rock band that gets morphed into a cartoon every week.
No, and that's not the same as Kids Incorporated, is it?
No, 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 no. But it does.
Okay.
There is a connection there. I know one of the actors that was on Kid Video. He had friends that were on Kids Incorporated. It's Robbie Rist who played Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch.
Okay. You know what? I think Kid Video vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it only lasted
Yeah,
like
that
maybe
sounds.
2 seasons. I want to say maybe one, but it was memorable enough for a lot of people to remember it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
And I don't even remember when Kids Incorporated was on, but I loved that.
almost a decade it was on from like '84 to like the early '90s. It was on a while.
Was that a Saturday morning thing, I think?
Probably, yeah, I can't remember. It's been a long time, but yeah, I would tune in every now and then and watch it.
Yeah, and then there were so ABC would have these special cartoon things. I guess they were I don't know if they were movies or 1 hour cartoons, but there was stuff like The Littles.
The Littles, yeah,
They were yeah, they like lived in your house.
yeah,
And anything with Miss Switch, The Trouble with Miss Switch, the teacher who turned out to be a witch.
oh yeah.
That
Remember,
was a
remember Galaxy
throwback
High?
there. I'm not sure about that one.
Whenever I bring that up, no, people don't remember it. It was another short-lived cartoon, but there was this one character I never forgot. She was an alien, a teenage alien girl with 5 mouths. Her name was Gilda Gossip, and it was Nancy Cartwright, another Scientologist who was the voice of Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I remember that one. But I just remembered Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon.
of course, the classic.
That was fun. I remember liking that.
Were you
What
into like
else?
the girl cartoons like Rainbow Bright and My Little Pony?
I don't remember seeing those. I just remembered the Wuzzles.
Yep,
Remember that? They were like animals that were like combination.
yep.
And then this was actually Sunday morning, Gem and the Holograms.
Oh,
Love
huge,
that.
huge Gem fan. I met the girl who did her singing. I met her at a convention, and she had the pink hair like Gem.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Yeah, Transformers, Thundercats.
Yeah. Oh, Thundercats. Yes. Love Thundercats.
Yeah, I interviewed Larry Kenny, who did one of the voices. He's a radio guy going back to the '70s. He used to work with Don Imus and stuff. And like I'm talking to him, and I'm like, his voice is very similar to Bob Euchre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dad on Mr. Belvedere. Uh, re-
Yes.
remember Nickelodeon had like Inspector Gadget and Heathcliff and Count Duckula?
Oh, yeah. So somehow, I don't know, somehow we were able to get, I'm pretty sure we watched Inspector Gadget and Heathcliff. Oh, Garfield was on Saturday mornings too. That's
Garf-
another
Garfield.
another
Yeah.
cat cartoon. Yeah, I feel like we got cable when I was like in high school, like probably about 15 or so.
Hmm.
And it was like I think MTV was still fun, like they still played videos, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't the 80s anymore. It wasn't quite as fun.
By '97, MTV starts to become a series based channel. I mean, they're still playing videos, but just I don't know, the quality of it started to slip. I checked out of MTV by '99 after after Fanatic got canceled. I used to watch that show Fanatic where a fan interviews a star and stuff. And after that, I started seeing
Yes,
more and
love
more
that.
like reality shows, like the Real World stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with MTV.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's when
I
things
have
took a turn.
I had a classmate. She was obsessed with Tom Green. She tried to be on Fanatic, and by the time I think just before it could get approved, the show got canceled.
Oh,
Yeah, there was this one guy. He was like a small town redneck type. He got to interview Jennifer Love Hewitt on Fanatic, and that interview's
hmm
on YouTube. And oh my God, yeah, I always had a crush on Jennifer Hewitt. She's just
yeah,
so cute. Oh my God, I love her.
yeah.
So getting into music, do you remember the first album you bought with your own money or was given to you?
Let's see. It was given to me probably the what do you call the little records, the 45s. It was
Mm-hmm.
Valley Girl from Frank and Moon Unit Zappa.
Oh God.
That's a pretty good one. Because I oh my God, because Valley Girls, I loved it so much. I was obsessed. I loved anything Valley Girl related. Loved it. I had a T-shirt that said Valley Girl.
hmm My parent, my parents,
Yeah.
my parents would get me cassette tape albums from the time I was little for Christmas or my birthday. But like the first ones I bought with my own birthday money was like Phil Collins' "No Jacket Required" and Poison's "Look What the
Uh,
Cat Dragged In."
classics. Yeah.
Yeah, they get. I love New Kids on the Block and Wilson Phillips, and like all the boys at school called me a girl.
Right.
Yeah, I met Wilson Phillips back in June at the Hollywood show, and it was fantastic. Carney Wilson, I had her on the podcast last holiday season. Oh my God, she is awesome. She's got no filter, and like we just talked like two old friends. You know, she didn't mind me using strong words. She used a lot of strong words. It was a
Oh
fabulous
yeah.
interview. Fabulous.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty familiar with Carney because she is a regular guest on Jeff Lewis Live on Sirius XM. So
hmm
people don't know who Jeff Lewis is. He had the show Flipping Out on Bravo
Uh huh.
for the longest time. He's had other shows, but Flipping Out was the one that was on the longest. So yeah, Carney's a regular on there. And then she had this show, well, had. It's only been one season, but I don't know if they're going to renew it. I think it's called It Sounds Delicious or something like that. But
hmm
it's a cooking show, but she's just funny. Like even like I don't cook any of the stuff she makes. I just enjoy watching it, and it's a good thing to have on while I'm messing around on my phone. But she's great, yeah. And she does not give a fuck. She just says whatever, and she's fun. She's a good time.
Oh yeah.
Love Carney.
It's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done, and I just treasure the whole experience.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, I gotta find that one.
Yeah, my dad had a rock band when I was a kid, and so he had everything on vinyl, like going back to the '60s, Beatles, Beach Boys, Stones, Carole King's Tapestry. It goes on and on. Captain Beefheart, Zappa, lots of great stuff. There's nothing like that stinky, musky smell of vinyl. It's intoxicating.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just love it. I mean, I'm sure your parents had vinyl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it was great too because I think my parents had pretty good taste in music, and everything was classic rock, and so if I didn't have money to buy tapes and stuff, I put on one of my parents' records, and then I taped the record from
Yeah.
from that, and so I had a lot of Billy Joel. I mean, I kind of was raised on Billy Joel, and there was Queen and lots of Beatles, and that was great.
My dad used to tape the record. I remember a couple times he's trying to tape Highway to Hell from AC/DC, and like he didn't tell me that the voice can pick up on the tape, right? And so like you hear, I'm on a highway to hell, and then you hear me going, "Hey Dad, when can we eat dinner?" It's
Aw.
and so he had to re-record it, and he's like, "If you're gonna stay in the room with me, shut up."
Aw.
It was fabulous. Yeah, we had the Pete's Dragon soundtrack. Like my brother, he's older, so like he had it firsthand, and then by the time I got to it, it was scratched up. And so every time we put the record on, it skipped. You know.
Oh yeah, those skipping records. You had to be careful.
Yeah.
You couldn't dance around too much, or the record might skip, or no jumping.
Yeah. Do you remember your first concert?
Oh yeah, Aerosmith and Black Crows were the opening act.
Oh, oh, that's fabulous. I saw Aerosmith in
That was a good one.
'02. I saw them in '02 at the Shark Tank in San Jose, and a riot almost broke out because they didn't do Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Oh wow, okay.
I was like, what the fuck is with that shit? Yeah, I found out they weren't doing it on that tour. They were sick of it by that point.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
But when you're in the Bay Area, you got to do that song because there's so many gays and trans around. They want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, I saw Alice Cooper in 2000. He was my first big, big concert. I mean, that guy is a showman. He was playing the Warfield. He kills himself at the end of every show. I still can't remember how he died at the end of this one. He probably shot himself or hung himself or something or electrocuted. I can't remember. But I just remember he did so many songs that night from his career. And he is just a showman, that guy.
Yeah.
He's
Oh yeah, that'd be a fun one to see.
He's still doing it. I mean, he's 77, but he's still
Yes.
out there. I recommend going to see Alice. I mean, it's vaudeville, literally vaudeville.
Mm-hmm.
And he's back with his old band from the 70s. They finally did a reunion album
Oh, that's cool.
after 50 years. Like, I just can't believe it took that long to get them to, put all their issues aside finally and do a new one.
Yes. And I'm sure you remember he had that song, The Man Behind the Mask.
Yes,
It was for
uh,
one of the Friday the 13th movies. I know
Jason
you're going to know
Lives.
which one. Yeah.
Yep.
That video was on one of those tapes that my Aunt Shelley made for me. So I watched that video many, many times.
When I met,
So oh,
good.
God.
When I met
So I
that
have some very specific, like, weird music knowledge.
Yeah, when I met that Jason, I was hoping he was going to have an 8x10 of him strangling Alice because it happens in the video, and he does have that 8x10 sometimes, but he didn't, and I was disappointed.
Aw. Hey, how was Robert Englund? I see your picture. You met him.
I met him in 2018 at this con that doesn't exist anymore. I think it does still in Texas. It was called the Fandemic. Ironically, this is pre-COVID. It was called the Fandemic Comic Con, and we spent a good 12, maybe 15 minutes talking, and we were in line for like 2.5 hours waiting to meet him. And he was fabulous. He told me a little inside baseball about working with Andrew Dice Clay and the Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
I have that DVD.
I do too. I love that movie. And,
Yeah.
and he told me about how he replaced Billy Idol as Smiley
Oh, wow.
because he had his motorcycle accident at that time. He ended up doing the Cradle of Love for the soundtrack, but he was supposed to play Smiley because he used to hang out at the Comedy Store and he used to watch Kinnison and Dice perform back in the
Oh,
day. And he's in Kinnison's Wild Thing video, Billy Idol.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great interaction. I was supposed to interview him for my channel that day, but I was so fucking tired. I got two fucked up legs from my accident, so there's no way I was going to do any more walking or waiting. So, but I'll always have that interaction, and it was fabulous. Do
Oh, that's awesome.
you remember?
Oh.
Do you remember your first makeout song?
We didn't make out per se, but it was like first kiss at a high school dance, and it was
Uh,
Stairway to Heaven.
really?
Yes. And I mean, that song was old then, so they really like old music where I'm from.
Wow. Mine was Janet Jackson's Love Will Never Do Without You. Very
Ah, okay.
sensuous, steamy. erotica song, and I'm proud to say it led to my first fingering, and it was fabulous.
Oh, okay. There was no fingering in my situation, but it was very sweet.
Well, this was sweet too, and I have to be specific in this day and age. It was consensual.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, here's a fun question.
It's fun.
Do you remember the first time you discovered your belly button?
I don't, but my mom said I used to play with it when I was like a baby. And, and I used to like sing this weird song. I don't know if what she meant by play with it. I don't know if I pulled on it or what, but I used to go bay bop, 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 bop.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck that is. I have to
yeah.
ask my mom about that. But no, do you have an interesting belly button story there?
Well, yeah. When I was like 6, me and the other boys would contemplate ours and compare, and like I had a girlfriend. She was a transfer from Texas. She was the only girl in my first grade class that was nice to me. All the girls were mean, and
Aw.
and she had an adorable little Audi. She used to let me thump it and play with it and everything. And she was kind of the girl that got away later, and just like
Mhm.
she's the reason I love belly buttons. You know,
Oh, that's funny.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met you. You showed me yours because I asked you if you were pierced or something like that.
Oh my God, I don't remember. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's yeah, still pierced.
yeah, because I remember I had these fake piercings. I remember that I carried with me, and I remember like yeah, you showed it to me, and it was pierced, and then like you hooked one of those fake ones like in the bottom part of your belly button, right? And I remember you tried to hook it on your nose, and then you said, "Here, sorry about the booger."
Now that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that so well. That's like I knew I loved you from the get go because of that.
Oh, that's funny.
How's the comedy world been for you lately?
Very good. I really can't complain. I'm very happy. I was asked to produce comedy shows at Woodminster Theater in Oakland.
Hmm.
So if you're not familiar, it's a huge outdoor amphitheater, literally seats 2,000. So yeah, I put my first show together last month. First headliner, Larry
Oh,
Bubbles Brown.
love
We
Larry.
had a blast. Love Larry. And yeah, we have two more shows coming up. So, Woodminster, in case, anybody listening is not familiar, they do a lot of musical theater there. Um, and they decided, hey, let's do something on the dark nights when we don't have anything going on. And the people in charge really wanted comedy, but it's just never worked out in the past. So thankfully, my husband's been acting in several shows at Woodminster, and he just
Nice.
casually mentioned, "Hey, my wife does stand up," and they're like, "Oh, really? Could she put on a show here?" And lucky me, yeah, doing that. So I've got a couple shows I'm producing coming up August 29th and 30th at Woodminster, and then yeah, I'm just all over the Bay Area. I'm staying local, but I'm loving it.
I am so fucking proud of you because
Aw.
I remember when you quit for a while years ago. I said I hope you make this monster come back because you're that good, and you
Aw.
have. I'm so fucking happy. I'm really emotional about it because you just
Aw.
always made me laugh, and you were always just so kind to everybody.
Aw, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good to be back.
Now, have you done like any political shit lately because of what's going on in the world?
Not really. I have a little bit of Epstein material, but yeah, I kind of I stay away from anything that's too topical just because it has a short shelf life, and
Hmm.
I mean that's fine. It's okay to to do a joke for a little bit and then get rid of it, but yeah, for the most part. I love. political comedy, political comedians, but it's just I don't know. I just kind of stay away from it.
I know.
And I know in the Bay Area, it's a lot of us kind of vote the same way, but I if I'm doing out of town gigs, I don't want to alienate the morons
Oh
who
yeah.
who are there to have a good time, and it's not, hey, whatever, they voted wrong, not my fault. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really, but I'll be involved, probably be involved in some more like political shows coming up
Yeah.
in in a gentle way.
Yeah, I know Lewis Black has said, it was much easier for him to do political stuff 30 years ago because now with the internet, he says every fucking moment something new is happening. He's like, he planned on writing about something he read, and then next thing you know, 40 fucking things happen, and he's like, damn it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all that. Yeah.
I talked to Jeff Applebaum a few months ago, and he told me he's starting to do a little political stuff in his act, because he's observing all the weirdness that's going on in this world, and he's a clean, family friendly comedian,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So your husband is a stage actor.
Yeah, he's been acting forever, but it's funny, he kind of took a break around when I stopped doing comedy. It wasn't, not on purpose or anything, but yeah, he was asked to do some shows at Woodminster last summer, so he said yes. He loved the shows. He did three in a row, and I think he's back in it. He's in A Few Good Men, which actually opens this week. It's just one weekend,
Nice.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's not a musical, just a straight play. But yeah, and it's fun. It's so fun to actually go and see him perform.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched A Few Good Men all the way through for the first time ever in my life recently. I am so
Hmm.
disturbed by Jack Nicholson in that movie. That is the creepiest role he has ever played in his entire career. I think he's scarier in that than he is in The Shining, quite frankly.
Wow. And you know what? I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch it this week because I'm gonna go Saturday night to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's funny. So my thing, I just don't really like Tom Cruise.
Hmm.
So I haven't seen a lot of iconic Tom Cruise movies, like A Few Good Men. I've never seen Top Gun, Days of Thunder, whatever. Like I just haven't got around to it.
I watched one of the first movies he played the lead in the other night, Losing It, 1982 teen sex comedy movie. Him, Jackie Earl Haley, what's his name, John Stockwell, and one of the cousins from the First Vacation movie, one of
Okay.
Randy Quaid's son. They go to Tijuana, Mexico, and they bring Shelley Long with them. She's a bored housewife who they got to be caught in the middle of a domestic quarrel, and she ended up going with them. And by the end of the move, by midway through the movie, Tom Cruise is fucking her. He lost his virginity to her, and it's done in a tasteful way because Shelley Long was like no nudity. And I'm watching this movie. It is very, very slow, but there's some really funny gags in it, but it's just really, really slow. It was hard for me to enjoy it,
Yeah.
you know. But like, if there's one movie I can recommend of Tom Cruise, it's Risky Business.
Now that I did see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I literally just watched it for the first time a couple of years ago
Uh,
because there's so many movies where my husband's like, I cannot believe you haven't seen that. And I'm like, yep, I just didn't. And so that we crossed that one off the list. I liked it. I thought it was, I mean, it's just so 80s, it's so good. And Rebecca De Mornay is just awesome in that.
my favorite. Yeah, I interviewed the girl that he hangs out with that he wants to fuck, and then he has that dream
Yeah.
that he's fucking her, and then the cops raid the place. I interviewed her. She's still friends with
Uh,
Tom Cruise. She still talks to him to this day.
oh, wow. Okay.
Her name's Sarah Partridge. She's awesome. Yeah, there's that one moment at the party Oh God, it cracks me up. There's that lesbian-looking chick sitting on the couch, and those two hot girls sit next to her, and that one starts rubbing her leg, and then she like politely takes her leg off and walks away. That subtle moment cracks me up, and I don't even know who those girls are.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, the reason why, the reason I brought up your husband being a stage actor, it's funny. I want to do this new segment on the podcast where I interview non-showbiz spouses of people who are in showbiz because I think that would be really interesting to hear how they deal with having a spouse that's in showbiz. But the problem is, the reason why I haven't done it yet is because every woman I know, and every man for that matter I know who's in show business, they're married to somebody in the business,
Ah,
or they're bachelors or bachelorettes.
yeah,
It's very interesting. You know, I couldn't tell you the amount of people I know who are married into the business. It's crazy.
yeah,
But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and find one and I'll pull it off. You know.
exactly.
So you're
I
go
think
ahead.
I may have told you this, but I don't remember. But yeah, Andy's his name. He
Mm-hmm.
actually he was in a production of The Sound of Music when he was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and Jay Underwood was also in that with him.
Right. Yes, you did tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, the boy who could fly. So
Yep.
there's that.
Chip
Yeah, they were both.
Carson and Not Quite Human. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm trying to remember. I've talked to a few people lately who worked with Jay in certain things too. Yeah. So Saturday, August 30th, you'll be at the Comedy Under the Stars in Oakland.
Well, actually, I'm producing that one, but I will be in Santa Rosa.
Okay.
But I will be there Friday the 29th. So
Okay.
I'm on that one, and then I'm gonna yeah, I'll be in Santa Rosa because I'm in a fundraiser show. I didn't want to back out of that because I thought that's kind of bad karma to be out of a fundraiser. So I'll be at Barrel Proof Lounge in Santa Rosa. So if people are in Santa Rosa, come see me at Barrel Proof Lounge. If you're in Oakland, you go to the Woodminster Amphitheater. So I got everybody covered.
And any other gigs?
What am I up to? This oh, so Friday, if you put this up, but for the 22nd, yeah,
Oh,
this
it'll be up
Friday I
later.
will later than that.
Yeah,
Oh, later today.
later today. Yeah.
Cool. I will be at Quinn's Lighthouse in Oakland. It's a comedy Oakland show. 8 p.m. They have great food there. I really like that venue, so that'll be a good one. Yeah,
Nice.
this Friday night, Comedy Oakland at Quinn's Lighthouse.
Nice. Is it literally like a
Yes.
lighthouse?
It looks like it. Yeah, it's like at the Embarcadero at in Oakland. Oh, and you know what? I just remembered too. This Wednesday I'll be in San Francisco at the Boom Boom Room for another stand-up show. And that's let's see, Wednesday the 20th. I think it's 8 p.m. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I got a couple jokes for you.
Okay.
You know the difference between a dildo and tofu?
I don't know.
They are meat substitutes.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah. What kind of meat does a priest eat on Friday?
I give up.
None.
Ah, shit. Okay. I was trying to like make a little boy connection. No, it didn't work.
Everybody does. And
I know.
there's certain people that go, "Oh, I don't even want to think about it."
Right, right. Yeah.
No, no, no. Those jokes are so cliche now.
Oh, totally.
Candy, I love
Totally.
you. Thank you so much for coming back on and nerding
Love
out
you
with me
too.
today.
You're so welcome. And you must be psychic because I was thinking about you right before you messaged me. Yeah, it's been a couple years since we did that. We should do that again. So, yay.
Absolutely. And I just enjoyed every moment of it. You have a great rest of your summer and kick ass and slay in those gigs.
Thank you so much. Have an awesome summer.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. Bye, Tommy.
Well, there you have it. Candy Shaw, ain't she a sweetheart? Oh my god, I friggin' love her, and I'm so glad that she's kicking ass in the comedy world. I just loved, God, every minute of that, of catching up with her and talking about pop culture. And go see her at those shows. I mean, she is hilarious. I hope to God she gets a Netflix special like within 2 years' time, at least 2 years, because life's too fucking short. Give her a fucking Netflix special. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes!